Really? Guess you think so. Oh, it's got a loose fixture on it too. These GoPro mounts, I tell you what. Okay. Good Sunday morning, everybody. It is May 5th. So, Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco de Mayo, if that's your thing. We are down here in this cow pen cleaning up a little bit. We had the skid steer in here scraping this down. We're gonna grab the excavator and clean up that hay. I kind of moved the bale feeder. It was rainy and cold and kind of dreary for a few days. I just moved the bale feeder out of the way, let the cows tear the bale apart, and it gave them something to lay. I don't have any straw right now, so that's my next best alternative. Let them lay in that hay. So I'm gonna pile that up a little bit separate off to the side over here, because that takes longer to break down than the actual cow crap itself. So once we get this cleaned out, we're gonna clean out the back of the barn as well. They busted, Bob and Wendy used to have this old fence rail along here. And the cows busted this one off. We're gonna get rid of the rest of this here shortly. You can see we got a little bit of a sinkhole here. Yeah, that's a little bit of crap and a whole lot of mud right there. There's a little bit of a frost boil in there. We gotta clean out the back of the barn. We're gonna get in here with the excavator and pull this crap out of here. It's there's quite a bit in here. We're gonna get that cleaned out, pushed over there in the pile, clean out around the gate. The gate's getting kind of, I guess, all crapped in. I got some fence to fix over here. There's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fence posts to replace there. We're gonna get that taken care of, get all this shored up, and then we're gonna move this feed bunk up there so we can grain these guys a little bit easier than using just one feed bunk. Once we get all that cleaned up, we can let them back over here. We're gonna do a little pour on them. I always try to do a little bit of pour on before they go out to pasture. Hopefully they're gonna be going out to pasture here in 3 weeks. Somewhere in there, I got enough hay to hold them for that long. If they work with me, they don't go gangbusters and bust out on me. But these guys are probably, they got about half a bale to finish, and the horses are gonna head out to pasture. We had a little bit of rain this morning, and we got a little bit of wind and a little bit of temperature today. Hopefully that's gonna make that grass grow. We're gonna get out here, we're gonna clean this up here as well here in the next few days. We got a pretty good frost boil down there, but I think I can clean up this side. We want to get all this cleaned up. I kind of want to redo my plan here in the future. This is my winter feeding area where I feed out bales in the winter before calving season. I would like to move that down to the south end down there. If you see that gravel pile off in the distance out there, I'd like to move it down in that area. There's a pond on this side of that gravel pile, and I'd like to be on this side of the pond and feed out down there, and then move them up this way, because that way I could turn this into my first pasture, or paddock, or whatever you want to call it. This would be my first pasture in the year. But again, it's just one of those things where time. So I'm gonna hop on the excavator, I'm gonna get to work, and I will check back with you guys once we're done with that. We're gonna find something else to do, a little fencing to do, a little of this, a little of that. We are building Crap Mountains. It works pretty good on the skid steer, but I can't reach quite as high. And I can also take the bucket right here and really push this pile back a little bit. apart and swing it into place. Excavator's ready to go. Okay, so right here where that busted off fence post is, there's a frost boil leaking out, and it just continues to leak. We're gonna stay away from that. This has virtually got no hay left in it. You can see over here where it's kind of rough. I don't want to scrape that down to bare dirt with the excavator bucket because the teeth on it are so aggressive. Then I'm gonna start taking gravel out. I don't want to start taking gravel out of here because then I gotta bring more in. We already need to bring in probably 30 loads of gravel in here once I get the dump truck up and going. So that little bit there is gonna get cleaned up with the skid steer and flattened out real nice, and hopefully it'll dry out here in the next couple of days and I can clean up this little spot, but it's not a huge deal. It's probably 3 bucket loads of manure there. It's not a big deal. We're gonna go over with the excavator. We're gonna climb in the back of the barn and start pushing stuff out the door. And we're probably gonna have to do it in a couple stages. Push some out and then take the skid steer and put it in the pile, and then keep bouncing back and forth. So it's a crappy job, but somebody's got to do it, right? So we're still working on moving crap around out here. I'm gonna need to get the tracks on the skid steer to finish cleaning up in the back of the barn. We have this approach here, and as I keep going in and out with the skid steer, I keep making ruts, and that keeps getting crap in it, and it keeps getting slipperier and slipperier. We got a little bit to do in here yet. I was pushing most of it out with the excavator, but that's not really that, doesn't work that well. So we're just gonna have to bump up the track repair on for the skid steer. We have logging over the tire tracks for that thing. We got a couple of busted sections, and we need to put some grousers on there so they'll actually bite into something. They work phenomenal the way they are, but I'm gonna, while I got them off, I'm gonna weld everything up on them that I need to. So we're gonna take and clean out right here along the edge of the fence. You can see we got some fence repair to do here. Like I said before, cows get to fight and they push on that stuff. We're gonna go out here and we're gonna start cleaning all this stuff out here. And then there's a drainage that comes out right underneath the gate, runs over, and everything can go out to the swamp. We need to clean that out so this thing can dry out the rest of the way. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to get I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to get the tracks on the skid steer before I can clean up all of this out here, but we're gonna do what we can with the tires on, and then we'll jump over. We will do what we can with the tires on there. Then we're gonna go finish making cleaning out the spot for the race car, get that over there, and then we can work on those tracks. Hopefully. We got to get to working in this garage too, so we can get the slab poured in there in a few weeks. God, I got a lot of work to do. And then I got to start getting haying equipment ready. Hopefully in another 6-7 weeks we can cut some hay. I hope. It's got to grow. Some spots they're about 2 inches long. Some spots are carpet yet. So anyway, what do you do? And then at some point we'll make another video when we're gonna switch over our feed lot, our winter feed lot up there. We're gonna move it up to the south end for sure. I made that decision while I was pushing stuff around out here, so that'll be another upcoming project. Yay, more stuff to do. Anyway, I gotta get back to work. I'm gonna finish cleaning this up, get this fence fixed, and then we'll go see what else we can find in the garage. I do appreciate you guys watching.